What is up, Life Unlimited Coaching channel followers? This is Coach Kayla coming at you. I'm recording this on a beautiful Thursday morning, just after I got done working out at the gym. And so, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're getting the raw Kayla. So we just ran a Black Friday special for our coaching program. Okay. And we do a big giveaway. We gave away 2 free 12-week programs, and we give away a bunch of discounted programs. And it's been really fun to talk to people about like their goals with the next coming year. And I was talking to a few of my other coaching friends over the weekend, and there's just all of these thoughts swirling around in my head about my current, like the clients that I work with and why I work with them. And like, there's just been a lot of conversations about like why we pick the clients that we pick to work with. Okay, is basically what I'm getting into. And this is why I titled this, like, why I work with moms. Okay, and because the fact of the matter is, like, I have experience working with athletes. I have experience dealing with a lot of professionals and entrepreneurs. And I am both of those things and have experience speaking to those, you know, if you want to call them client avatars, right? And at any point, I could just decide that I don't want to serve who I serve anymore. I want to serve these particular people, right? Like I can speak to athletes. I could speak to entrepreneurs. I could speak to those demographics really easily. But I speak to moms. And the reason I speak to moms is, yes, I am a mom, right? But that's only part of who I am. It's a very, very large part. But I feel like moms, and I mean, you could argue this till the cows come home, right? But in my opinion, doing what I do and watching all of my clients have success, the clients that need the help the most are the people who let everything else get in the way of them taking care of themselves, because in their heads it would be selfish to prioritize themselves. In their mind, what they're doing is like prioritizing themselves over everyone else. The people that need the most help are the people that need to make that shift. And most of the people that need to make that shift are moms. They're moms. They take care of everybody else. They give. And they are a completely consumable resource, and they treat themselves as such. They fill from empty buckets all day long. They work, whether in or out of the home. They help their kids. They manage everyone's schedules. They manage the budgets usually. They do everything. And they get 6, 10, 12, 15, 20 years into being that person where they have given everything to everyone. And they look in the mirror one day and they no longer even know who they are, right? Maybe their kids are gone now and or maybe they've just hit the point where they're like, no, like I matter, right? Those are the people I love to help because they do matter, right? I would argue that moms are the most important population, if you want to call them a specific demographic, in the entire world, because they are raising the future generation, right? And if they are not at their best, which they can define that as they want, Okay? Some of them want to be marathon runners. Some of them just want to be able to run up and down the stairs without breathing heavy and have energy to make it through the day. Like from a fitness standpoint, you can define it as you want, right? But I would argue that if we all, as moms, focused on our health and then passed health on to our children and knowledge about health, not fad, stupid, crazy crash diets where we're constantly trying to lose weight and then we gain it back. Like, those are toxic cycles, right? But if we actually took the time and invested in ourselves as moms, and we said, no, I am dedicating $200, $100, $300, $400, $500, $50 a month to better myself and better my health so that I can be better for all of you, we would change the world. It would change the world. It would. It would change the world we live in. The childhood obesity pandemic or epidemic would go down. Heart disease would stop. Like all of the stuff, all of these health problems that we deal with would probably be completely eliminated if moms who usually cook for their families, provide all of the groceries, do all of the stuff, and then if you actually learned about nutrition, okay, not keto, not Optavia, not Shakeology, not any of that stuff. If you actually learned how to use food as fuel for your body, if you actually learned that stuff and then you taught your children this, and they learned that from the ages of 6 through 18, like if they actually grasped like, oh, I need to eat protein, I need to eat healthy carbs, I need to avoid sugar, like for the most part, like not completely, but like if they adopted this relationship with food from the early age, think of how, like, break the cycle. Break the cycle. And if all it would take for you to do that, to change the world, is risk, like, I wouldn't even like, not even call it a risk, but invest a couple $100s a month or a couple $1,000s a year in you investing in your education so that you can break this cycle and become the mom that you want to be and the mom that they deserve and the mom that the generations from here on out, the grandmother, the great-grandmother who's going to break the cycle of fad diets and bad knowledge about nutrition and all this crap. Like if all it took was $5,000 for you to change the world, your world, would you do it? Probably, if you put it into that perspective. But most people are so afraid. They're so afraid because they're taking money from their family, right? Once again, they're putting everyone else before them. Like, what if we need that money? What if you need that money, right? If you had cancer or if you had some debilitating disease and you knew that if you paid this $5,000, you would solve the problem, you would do it, right? But for some reason, losing weight and getting healthy, that doesn't go in that bucket. That goes in the frivolous bucket. In the bucket where it's like, I don't need this. I don't need this. It's not that important. I can figure it out on my own. I can still, scramble around for the next 20 years and try and do it. No, it doesn't go in that bucket for some reason. And it drives me insane. It drives me insane. And not just because it drives me insane. It drives me insane. And so ultimately, I guess what I was trying to say with this video is, could I change my client avatar? I could. I could change my client avatar. I could speak to either of those populations, and it would be a lot easier from it would be a lot easier for me to find people who actually wanted help, who actually were willing to invest in themselves from this standpoint, because entrepreneurs, they invest in themselves and in their businesses and all the time, right? And so for them to throw money at things, it's not scary. It's less scary. Let me put it that way. It's less scary because they understand that by doing so, they're going to gain value and they look at it differently. Athletes, if they have a specific goal, they are so passionate about whatever they're working towards that they will figure it out because it matters that much. Moms aren't willing to sacrifice for themselves, and that's the problem in general, right? They're not willing to sacrifice their time or their attention or their money for themselves because they look at it as a selfish thing. But what I'm telling you right now is if you were to invest your time, your attention, and your finances in order for you to become a healthier mom and a healthier wife and a healthier person for yourself, your family is going to residually benefit from this. So yes, you are taking a couple $100s a month or whatever, a couple $1,000s a year to invest in yourself. But you are not taking from them. You are giving to them. And that's what I want. I want the shift to happen. The women who come to me, and I know they're ready because they have either crossed the line where it's like, I have gone too far and I need to turn around now, or it's going to go down a really scary, unhealthy road, like pre-diabetic, diabetic, heart disease, whatever. Like they've been diagnosed and they are ready to turn it around. Or the people that are so fed up emotionally from giving from an empty bucket that they're like, no, this is for me. Okay? But what I'm tired of having to do is try to convince someone that they're worth it, because you should know it already. As a mom, you should know you're worth it. You are worth the money because they want you around. And they don't want the table scraps you who's just settling for whatever's left. They want the best you, the one that shows up for herself and shows you what a mom should be. Not the mom that just is trying to survive. The mom that is thriving. And only you can define that. But I guarantee it's not someone who finds time to work out when she has it, or, can't, you know what that looks like. I know what that looks like. And my definition might look different than yours. But the moms that prioritize their mental and physical health show up way better than the moms that don't. And I will argue until the day's end that that's true. You need to take care of yourself in order to take care of your family. It's not a selfish thing. It's a selfless thing. You're doing what you need to do so that you can do what you have to do. And I wanted to get on here and kind of solidify in my mind why I work with moms and why you need to, and if you are a mom and you're listening to this, I want you to feel empowered to take control. Do you need to work with us? No. But you need to go out there and you need to figure out how to change your life in a way that benefits you, but ultimately benefits your family. Okay? There's a gazillion different ways to get healthy. The question is, which one's going to work best for you? And that's an overwhelming question. I'm being honest, and I've talked about it multiple times. But you want to make sure that you're actually getting healthy. You're not just losing weight, which is they go together, but they're not one and the same thing. And I'm going to talk about that actually next week. So I just wanted to get on here and share my passion of why I do what I do and why I work with who I work with. Okay? And the cool thing is we have some dads in our program too, and they struggle with the exact same stuff. So I would say parents in general, they give until they are run dry. And usually they still keep finding things to give. But I'm tired of them viewing prioritizing themselves as a negative thing for everyone else, because everyone benefits from them taking the time. Anyway, I love you all. I hope this was valuable, and I'll catch you all next time.